You might have heard that live shopping is exploding. And I have to tell you, I have been on Whatnot for a couple of weeks now, and I see why it is. Now, Whatnot is my sponsor, and they are the reason I got on the platform and checked it out. I'm glad they did. They made it easy for me. I'm going to make it easy for you. I love it. Whatnot is where you get great products without paying full price. It's that simple. I'm hooked on their live shows, too. You got to see them. They're so much fun. And I see why Whatnot has climbed to the top of the App Store. And listen, if you're selling online, or maybe you have a storefront and you're hoping people will find your listing or maybe walk in your store, Whatnot flips that, because on Whatnot, you go live and you sell directly to people in real time. And I may admit, although you didn't hear from me, I may have picked up a couple of power tools or so in the past couple of days. I'm just saying. Whatnot, it's the largest dedicated live shopping platform with beauty, collectibles, electronics, luxury, fashion, even cookies, and anyone can sell. In fact, people who sell on Whatnot sell 10 times as much as any other major marketplace. That's because you're not just listing products, you're building real connections with buyers. So whether you're shopping or you're selling, download the Whatnot app today and get free shipping on your first order. Just search WHATNOT, Whatnot, in the App Store and start scoring amazing deals. So I was whining to my wife the other day, said, I need new glasses. And she said, well, get some. I couldn't tighten them anymore. They were scratched. You know the thing, right? But I didn't want to go through the process because you have to make the appointment. You have to spend weeks to get them done. And you got to pay a fortune, right? That's real. But I did. I spent $500 on frames and glasses, and that was cheap. And then I ordered a pair from my sponsor, Zenni Optical, for $70. Zenni is an online eyewear shop, prescription glasses, sunglasses, blue light lenses, starting at under $30. You go to Zenni.com, you pick a frame, upload your prescription, and they ship it to your door. No appointment, no store, no upsell at the counter. And by the way, if you are saying, do I really need new glasses, or do I have to put up with one pair to do everything I need to do for the next 2 years? No, you can get what you want starting at under $30. And if you've never bought glasses online, don't worry about it. I haven't either. Zenni has a virtual try-on so you can see exactly how the frame looks before you commit to buying them, with no salesman looking at you saying, those look good, but these expensive ones would look better. No, you don't get that. I'm excited. I can't wait to get my Zenni glasses and tell you more about them. If your glasses are overdue for a refresh, now's the time. Go to Zenni.com/podcast and use the code podcast15 for 15% off your first order. The styles sell out, so don't sit on it. That's Zenni.com/podcast. Promo code podcast15. How are you? Man, I'm so happy you're here today. Thanks for stopping by. We got a lot to talk about today, and we're going to start with burnout. Have you been like at your desk with your head in your hands going, I'm burning out? Have you been laying in bed at night, late at night? You know, all the bad stuff happens at night. The boogeyman comes out late at night, and you're laying in bed going, man, I'm burning out. Has somebody said to you, you're burning yourself out? Are you burning yourself out? I don't know. Maybe. We'll talk about that at a very high level today. Pretty simple stuff. And then, most importantly, spend most of the show on a couple of steps that you can do every single day that will keep you from burning out. Is that cool? All right, so I've done this a lot before. It works very well. You may have heard it. You'll hear it again in a different way today. I promise you that. It is a daily boost from motivationtomove.com. It's the positive boost you need every single day because we need that boost sometimes. We just do. We get out of bed in the morning. We have a mission to go do something, a mission to make our life happen. We've become aware of the fact that we want to do it, and now we're seeking that, and every single day we're going to go after it. So, you know, if I could do one thing, I would ask you a question. Well, heck, let's go ahead and answer. Ask it. I would ask you a question. I would say, is your life moving in the direction you want to go? If you're listening today, my guess is, yeah, you're moving in that direction. Probably. Or maybe you're just discovering and trying to figure out. Maybe you just kind of got this idea that, well, there must be another way. How do these people that are doing the things they want to do, how are they doing it? Oh, they listen to podcasts, and here you are. I don't know what it is. But I know as soon as you can answer that question honestly, yes or no, then you just change everything. Because if it's no, you're going to say, okay, well, let's change this thing around and go do it, right? This show is all about that, keeping you doing what we do every single day. Did I introduce myself? I get in the flow here, the old flow state, and I just forget if I even said who I was. Let me do it again just to make sure in case you didn't know. It's me, Scott Smith, founder, chief motivating officer here at motivationtomove.com. Grateful to have you here today, taking my Scott logic, the stuff just the way my brain works, and it's kind of weird, but usually it works out pretty well, and shoving it into your ears so that you can use it for yourself. You can rename it if you want to, okay? That's okay. You don't have to name it Scott logic. It's cool. Burnout. I have not burnt out in 22 years. 22 years since I last had feeling of burnout. I've been tired a lot, no doubt about that, but I haven't burned out. I'm, in other words, enthusiastically ready to go. I had more in me. 22 years ago is when I left the last business I hated, got out of that. You know, it was about 25 years ago that I left the last job that would burn me out. And then I had my own business. I said, this is burning me. I don't want to do this. And I shifted into a different gear of doing what I love to do every single day. Hard work, you better believe it, but I don't burn out anymore. So if you're burning out right now, it's very likely that you're doing something that's not satisfying you and you're working really hard at it. That's it. It's not giving you what you want. You're not getting the promotion, the lifestyle, whatever it is. A lot of that going on right now since the pandemic. Everybody's all about lifestyle now. Thank God you finally caught up with me. Come on over here. I'll show you how to do it. I've been doing it for years. Yeah, you're like, okay, you're doing something that's not serving you well. It's not giving you a feeling of what you want to contribute to. You're like, how long is this going to go on? I know I got a 401k, but how long? So if you're burning out, you're just doing something that you're not passionate about and you're working really, really hard at it and there's no light at the end of the tunnel. And that's the problem. So how do we fix that? Well, we put a light at the end of the tunnel, all right? That's it. So Stephen Covey, a lot of years ago, talked about sharpening the saw. You look that reference up. I'm not going to spend time on that today. It's his stuff, not mine. But you can certainly Google sharpening the saw and understand what that is. Something to do with being sharper, I think. Essentially, if you sharpen the blade, you cut more wood, okay? The same applies in your life. And so a long time ago, we're talking at this point, I'm thinking maybe 13 or 14 years ago, in my quest to be a good coach, I sat down and made stuff up. Isn't that what we all do, though? You're working with clients, and they're having a problem, and they're working on things, so you try to come up with something that is going to help them quantify where the problem is and then take a step-by-step action to get there. So you make it up, right? Some kind of acronym comes into play or some letters or something happens. And you put that, I did this for clients years ago, and gosh darn, don't you know, it worked. But then I realized, where did it come from? Well, it came from that I had recognized in my own self, being a creative, very enthusiastic, passionate guy, that I could burn myself out fast, if not just wear myself out, and it was not sustainable to me. I had to find a way to manage it. Even what I do here, I do 6 podcasts a week. And if I didn't manage my state constantly, I couldn't do it. I'd burn out. Don't want to do that. I want to enjoy what I'm doing. So the formula I came up with a long time ago, I call it the 5 R's. Means nothing, but it works. Ritual, rest, rejuvenate, reactivate, repeat. Hey, look, it does mean something after all. So I began to apply this to my own life, and I began to apply it to a lot of clients' lives, and it worked really well. And it's all based on this concept of sustainability. There are certain things in your life you're doing right now that are not sustainable. Not working out, not sustainable. Drinking too much, not sustainable. Eating too much, not sustainable. Working with a bad boss, not sustainable. It's going to change eventually, whether you have a choice in that or not. So it's based on the concept that things are or are not sustainable. Most things are not sustainable forever. It's hard to do that. You have to work at that. Things are changing constantly, and we look at the sustainability. If you get on the call with me on any kind of coaching call, at some point, and almost every call that I do, you'll hear me say, doesn't sound like you can sustain that. It's not sustainable. And it's just a true statement. So that's what this is based on. So number 1, the first R, is we have to get ritualistic actions in play every single day. Success comes from that. It's not from the new. I mean, yes, we have to have a catalyst of action to get us going into something. That'll get you started, but that's not going to make you a success. What'll make you a success is ritually being able to perform these actions every single day, doing what works for you and doing it. Now, there's another reason to do it ritually, because we are moving that repeatable action down into a part of our brain that tells us, hey, this is simple, easy for us to do. It's like you driving down the car and tuning in your Sirius XM or whatever you're doing on your radio. It's like that. You do it without thinking about it. All the things you do automatically all the time are ritualistic. They're patterns inside your mind, and you do that naturally. So what we want to do is I want you to make sure you have ritualistic actions that you consciously and subconsciously perform throughout the day so it's easy for you. Make sense? It's where we start. Secondly, running full out all the time, not sustainable. So you have to rest. So ritualistically, you're going after your to-do list, your bucket list, whatever it happens to be every single day. But like I said, I think yesterday or today or sometime, I forgot when I said it, that I know that if I push myself 2 or 3 days in a row really hard, I'm talking 10 or 12, 14-hour days, in the zone, having fun, passionate living, passionately working, helping people all over the place. I know that on the 3rd or 4th day, I'm going to crash. I just know it's coming. And so I factor that in. So I ritualistically go after what I love to do, and then I know that I got a rest that has to come. That's the second R in this. So we ritualistically perform the actions, then we rest. Now, if you've ever done any weightlifting, and you should be lifting, doing resistance training, you'll know that people say, hey, you work out a day, then you take a day or 2 off and you rest. The rest is what allows your body to do this. That is the rejuvenation process. There's no doubt about that. And those are two parts of it. Yes, your body rests, but then it also begins to build up the muscle. It rejuvenates into more muscle, makes you stronger, and you can go back and lift higher weights. That's what's happening there. Same thing about what you're doing in your day-to-day life. So we're ritualistically doing the workouts, and then we're taking a rest, but then we're allowing time for that muscle to actually rejuvenate. For us to, the best way I can describe it is this. There is a time, have you ever been just dead tired? And you're feeling like, oh my God, I can't get motivated. And then maybe half a day goes by or a day goes by and you're like, found myself slightly motivated. And maybe another day goes by and you're like, I'm ready to go. It comes out in various ways, but ultimately, if you love what you do and you wear yourself out just being tired, just physically tired, emotionally, mentally, intellectually tired, at some point, you pop back into it. And so I'm building into that. So I'm saying ritualistically do the things that work for you. Know you're going to have to take a break at some point. Just factor that break in and then sit there and reactivate. Just wait until you start to get that little tingling of excitement again. Then what do? Well, it's time for reactivation. It's not as if you're starting new again. You're not. You've already got that thing moving down the road. But now what we're going to do is say, where was I? And you're going to reactivate what we started in the beginning and start the actions again. And then essentially the final and the simple piece of this that goes on, frankly, for your entire life. Repeat, 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 repeat. Keep going until you get what you want. Why would you stop before you got there anyway? Because it was difficult? Because somebody said to you, hey, why are you doing that? Who cares? Because you tripped, you stumbled, you bumbled. Who cares? Why would you ever stop before you got what you wanted? Ritualistically perform your actions that you love to do that will get you there. Take a break. Allow that rejuvenation. Get yourself activated again when that excitement kicks back in again. And keep repeating every single day for the rest of your life. I'll make you happy about something too. If you decide that you are ritualistically playing golf every day, it's still good. You still got to take a rest. You still got to get ready to get back on that green, right? If you ritualistically just want to go to the beach and hang out all day, it still works. If you ritualistically want to write a book and soar to the top of the New York Times bestseller list, it's the same thing. It doesn't matter. It's a cycle of life, if you will. So pay attention to that. So what are we going to talk about tomorrow? Oh, side hustles. It's amazing the number of people who come into my Facebook group at dailyboostpodcast.com/Facebook. And I'm guessing about 50% are looking for some kind of a side hustle. They're saving money for retirement, that kind of stuff. I don't know why they're attracted to me, except that I do it myself all the time. I walk and talk in life. We'll talk about your side hustles tomorrow, how to build that up, and what the number one thing is you're going to need to make it work for you. Not sales, close to it. See you tomorrow on the Daily Boost.